Welcome to NWA Superpower. Now, I'm not going to lie about it. I didn't see this last week because I was myself. I said this in my Impact Wrestling review and my AEW review. I just wasn't myself last week. It hasn't been easy for me for the last couple of months. And I did see if this was going to be a preview for Tuesday morning, because sometimes they'll show a preview or the premiere either the day before or a couple of days before, and I didn't see it. So when I checked Monday, there was nothing there last week, so I didn't look again. But we got it here. This is a lot of show. This is supposed to lead up into the Crockett Cup, which is still pretty much postponed. But was this a good build going into the Crockett Cup? Yes, it was. The majority of the show of Superpower was talking about what happened for their season, because this is season 3 of Superpower, and this is culminating up in the Crockett Cup, which would have culminated into season 4. Now, they showed a lot of scenes of what happened during this last season, talking about how Kingston was dealing with Pope, how the brawler, the bouncers were there, talking about what happened with Kamille, which that is the spotlight for me personally. This show was about Kamille. But talking about Kamille, talking about Strictly Business, going up against Villain, I really believe Villain Incorporated would have been a better name than Villain Enterprises. That's just me. I understand Marty Squirrel. He made it the way it is. Villain Enterprises is not a bad thing, but I think Villain Incorporated, even if it is a bite off of somewhere else, sounds way better. That's just me. You guys tell me below. Tim Storm. They talked a lot about Tim Storm, what happened with Mama Storm and the fake. And I'm going to get to all of this, but this is just what happened. The majority of the show was reviews of everything that happened through the season. Now, the first thing we had was DaveMarquez dealing with Marty Scurll and Brody King, building up into the end of the show and the match that Strictly Business was going to have with Villain Enterprises. It wasn't a bad thing. It was really building into the Crockett Cup. And I would have been very interested in seeing how the Crockett Cup was going to go out because of the match between Aldis and Squirrel. Seeing that if Aldis wins, Squirrel gives up all his money. Was it all his money? But pretty much he has to pay everybody in the arena, if I'm remembering correctly. It has been over 2 months since this situation has happened, and it's kind of hard to remember. So if I'm getting it wrong, I'm sorry. I am sorry. But the build was good. Now, we had also Sean Mooney interviewing the Rock and Roll Express. And this is the first time they really have interacted, because Sean Mooney has only dealt with WWF. And he never dealt with NWA or WCW. It always been the WWF. So they were talking about how they were really interested in the Crockett Cup, and they tried the last time last year, and they got their butts beaten by the Briscoes. That's good. Even though the Briscoes are not an NWA, putting them over in this respect was respectful. I know a lot of people would say, why are you mentioning guys in another promotion? Let's make it very clear. Right now, NWA at the time, and probably still is, dealing with ROH, even though it's not really spotlighted because of what happened with the pandemic. But still talking about them was a good thing. And now, with the video package they had dealing with Stevens and dealing with Question, they now had a match between them and Steven and Questions. Shooter Stevens, the man is just funny. During this match, he got his ass whooped by them both. And he was doing the Ric Flair, the wheeling and dealing, whining and dining. This guy will fall on his damn face just right. Shooter Stevens. I didn't catch a glimpse of it. It's not necessary. But at one point, you got Murdoch coming out. And because of the beatdown that Shooter Stevens gave Trevor Murdoch, he clearly was not foolish. He planned for this. So he had the Question Mark Jr. come out, and he's in my face. The thing that was funny about Junior wasn't that he was thick. And even Question Mark is going, "You do not know karate. He's looking at him like that, like, what? This is not my child. He knows no karate. He's thick. But during the match, you got Trevor Murdoch trying to protect, I forgot who it was exactly he was trying to protect. But he tried to protect him. And when it came down to it and Junior was trying to run away, he ran out of gas and fell to the ring. The side of the ring skirt. He was just exhausted. You can see him in my face again. That was just funny as hell. In the end, Shooter Stevens gets to win. No. I'm sorry. Because I love Shooter Stevens. I love him. I was a little skew just then. Because the Rock and Roll Express did get the win over Shooter Stevens. And he was livid about it. And that just leads into a possible match of Shooter Stevens losing his national title. And you never know. He may lose the title. I'm hoping it doesn't. I really did feel at the time, and I still do, Shooter Stevens doesn't need the title. But since the situation's going on now, and in a sense, once NWA starts showing shows again, it's going to be a hard restart. People are going to spend months not really paying a lot of attention to NWA. So having the title still is important. They're going to have to rebuild him to a certain extent to make sure that you remember that he had the title and you remember why he has the title. Because he's that damn good of a pain in the ass heel. There you go. We got the Tim Storm segments. And then once you see Tim Storm dealing with Danny Deals and faking as Mama Storm, you just want to beat the crap out of Danny Deals. He also did some really nice video packages. Like, we got another video package from the man I love. You see him in my face, Austin Idol. I want him to set up a little booth. Again, I remember saying this, and I say this again. Austin Idol set up a small booth right at the ring. Anybody who wants to go in the ring, he is their life coach. And he says, anybody wants some life coaching? Right here. They walk up to him right before they go in the ring. And he said, give me some coaching. And he smacks them in their face and says, go win. Move it. And that is what I want. I want to see him smack the living taste out of someone's mouth. And then make them go into the ring and they win. That's what I want. But that's just me. You guys tell me below. Now you got Tim Storm versus Jax Den. I believe his name is Den. In a no DQ match. I believe, was it a no? Yep, it's a no DQ match. And let me put it like this. Was it the best no DQ match ever seen? No, it wasn't. It's a good no DQ match. They went up and down in the arena. They beat the crap out of each other. The chops to the chest of these guys. They didn't just go to a side chop like most wrestlers do. Remember, if you see like a Ric Flair chop, you got this. No. They did open hand, straight chest slap. You don't see that often. You don't. These are old school guys that wanted to make it look good. And even though the chop is good, and you can do it so good to make people hear it, they wanted people in that arena and on TV to hear it. So they did a straight chest smack. That's old school for you. In the end, Tim Storm wins and this was a stipulation for the no DQ match. If Tim Storm wins, he gets 5 minutes with Danny Deals in the ring. And then Danny Deals tries to get out of it. He tries. He can't. He's forced into the ring, and I believe it was Brian Hefner there. It's good to see Brian. I missed him. The thing that made this great wasn't just because he had the Mama Storm suit ready. Well, clothes ready, as you see my face. It was the fans. I know this was recorded a while ago, before the pandemic. But seeing fans again, because Impact Wrestling has no fans. WWE has no fans. AEW is mostly using almost all exclusively wrestlers being fans. And I think they had a few people in the arena that were actual fans. Very few, if there are any at all. seeing real fans again, even if this is pre-recorded, and it's obvious it's pre-recorded, felt so good to see and feel the excitement, the adrenaline. You could feel it from the guys because the way they were hitting one another, they weren't holding nothing back. They really wanted to make it look good. And then once the quote-unquote perfect storm, which to me is the true black hole slam, he destroys a Danny Davis, not once but twice. It was a great match. Not because it was the most talented people in the ring, and it was one of the most best people to get it over. It was because of a combination of these guys knew how to run a match. It wasn't a perfect match, but it was a good match. Danny Deals knew how to motivate the fans and get them pissed off at him. Tim Storm knew how to make people care about him destroying a guy messing with my Mama Storm. But the fans truly put it over the top for me. This is what we're missing. We miss fans. And I know a lot of people are saying this, but when you see a real fans compared to wrestlers or nothing at all, it just gives a dynamic that just cannot go nowhere. Now, we got the May vlog, which is May's diary, May Valentine's diary. And she's still trying to put over the Isaac and Shim. I believe his name is Shim. I could never remember his name anyway. But Shim, Isaac, and May, and how Isaac is a jealous motherfucker. He cannot stand his woman with any other man or anyone around her. He just wants her to do what he says, not being to no men or Shim. And they're showing this video package of her being upset and distraught. And I'm not trying to be... Her titties look nice. I don't think I got the shot. But I didn't get the shot because I just didn't want to focus on the boobs. But when she was at that ringside and when Isaac was about to destroy Shim's hand, she was so upset she was bouncing everywhere and those boobs look great. Is she a great actress? No. Let's make it clear, she's not. Is she beautiful? Yeah. She's a damn good looking woman. Is this story great? It's an average triangle where Shim is supposedly her friend and Isaac doesn't like that, but Shim loves being a friend. He's hurt. He can't go up against Isaac right now, which probably by the time they do finally have a match, maybe at the Crockett Cup, he will be fully recovered. It's like a triangle. But, and I say this but, it's not the greatest story. But it is a story that, if you watch the vlogs, which I haven't, other than what they've been showing on NWA, I don't really remember much of the other blogs, it's not bad. No one says every story in every company is going to be perfect or great. This one is okay. But at least you had actual fans interacting with all three of them to make it mean more something, even though that was a recording even further back than what we got here. I'm just saying. Now, Marty Bell versus Tasha Steel versus Alicia Vox. I'm not going to go very lengthy in this match. It was a good match. And Steele's wins, not Vox. Steele's win. She wins, and it's upsetting. Look, guys. Tasha Steele's looks good. Tasha Steele's is not bad in the ring. She still needs work. I think she's still green. But at least she's not bad in the ring. She has a not half bad persona. Her character's not bad. She's not bad in the ring. She looks good. But now she's not in NWA. She's now in Impact Wrestling. Either she's signed temporarily or signed for at least a year or two. I don't know which one it is. You guys can tell me below. But she's not in the NWA now unless she has a contract that says she can go back to the NWA, or if the contract, if she even has one, because they may do this show-by-show basis with Impact Wrestling. She's not there. This might be the last recording we have of her, unless when they finally can go back to recording again, we will see her. I'm just upset that she's in Impact Wrestling. I'd rather see her in the NWA. I was hoping that she would stay there because just like with Kiera Hogan, and I say this, and Andre had it right. Kiera is not very good as a promo worker. She's not good on the mic yet. She's not bad in the ring. She's gotten better in the ring. She's gotten better showing her attitude as well as her character. But when it comes to her promo work, she's not that great yet. She's okay to sometimes good. That's why I wanted to go to NWA, because they force you to legitimately go out there with a mic in your hand and learn how to talk and get the fans to care about you. And when it comes to Tasha Steel, I really believe this would have been good for her. She may have never improved her ring work and her character, but she would have improved her promo skills. And that's what I wanted for her, as well as Kiera Hogan. It's just me, you guys tell me below. Now, when it came to the video, well, let me put it like this. You get a Melina, Allison Kay, and you get a, well, I'll say this about Thunder Rosa. I don't hate her, but I feel like, I don't know, there's something missing. She's not bad on the mic. She's damn good in the ring. She has a great persona, but there's something missing. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I don't have enough exposure to her. I don't hate her. I think she's good, but there's something missing for me personally. I don't know what I can't put my finger on it at this moment. Maybe it might be because I'm not myself still. My anxiety is still kind of messing with me, so it might be that. But when it came to the entire segment with Melina getting angry that she wants her shot because she hasn't gotten a second shot, and Allison Kay interfered with that. Allison Kay is not getting a third shot. How come she's getting a shot when I haven't got my second shot? And then Thunder Rosa coming out saying clearly, I will not screw around with this title. I will take on anyone. Allison, you know I will take you on again. I have no problem with it. Even Allison putting her over, saying, I can tell Thunder Rosa is going to do what she's going to do. She's a fighting champion. She doesn't screw around. But when she said, I'm not afraid of anybody, I knew it was going to be a triple threat, possibly at the Crockett Cup, and that's what we got. Allison versus Melina versus Thunder Rosa at the Crockett Cup. Now, honestly, I don't want to see it. I'm not against all three of these women. I would rather see Allison go up against Melina first, and then when you want to have either Melina or Allison win the match, and then go up against Thunder Rosa, you're going to have these three women constantly fight one another. I wouldn't mind seeing that Thunder Rosa come out and Melina get mad and then strike at her, or Thunder Rosa interfering with the match and getting angry at Melina, hitting her and messing up the match, and then they go to the triple threat. That's what I kind of hoped for, but we didn't get that. But we're going to have at the Crockett Cup a triple threat whenever they can actually put it on. Not fond of it because I think they missed a step. That's just me. But it's okay. Kingston with the tag team champions. Yeah. We got Eli Drake with James Storm, baby. You got three good ass talkers with DaveMarquez that when it came to Kingston, he wants his hands on Pope. And that little bit that he did beforehand, trying to gather his thoughts and telling people, hey, look, I need a moment to gather my thoughts. I'm not messing with you. Don't mess with me. Let me gather my thoughts. And someone saying, take your time, brother. This is the reason why I like NWA a little bit better than WWE or Impact Wrestling, because the interaction of the audience being much smaller helps the wrestlers. I'm not saying it's going to be like this forever, but in this situation, hearing someone say, take your time, brother, that was good. It felt more organic. It felt like it was genuine. And him putting over James, putting over Eli, saying that the bouncers are gone and he wants his hands on Pope and he's going to make sure the Pope's going to get it. That was good. James Storm had his moment, and that was something I was worried about at one point, because James Storm, if I remember, wasn't talking much, but he spoke well. He made sure that he put over Eli. He put over himself. He put over Kingston, saying these are three men who are grown-ass men that don't like to play around with nobody. That was great. And then you got the closer of Eli Drake, where the people love, and I say this again, the people love Eli. He is the finisher. You let him in a segment talking. Let everybody talk first. The man closes it well. He put over the other two along with himself, got the fans to cheer, yeah, constantly. And let me talk to ya. He just knows how to motivate the fans to get interactive. Even DaveMarquez gotten a part of it. And he's shooting them down saying, no, no. But in the end, when it was all said and done, and they're at the very end of the segment, he says, me and James Storm, we're going to the Crockett Cup. We don't care who is there. We don't care where you come from. You can come from the next dimension or any type of promotion. Come to the Crockett Cup. Let's go. Which probably setting up for ROH's tag team champions. And it could be the Briscoes. I don't know if the Briscoes are the tag team champs, whoever it is. But whoever the champs are from ROH, they're going to be probably one that's going to deal with them. And if it's not them, maybe it'll be the Briscoes. Because the Briscoes are supposed to be one of the A1 best. It's not going to be the Bucks, because next to them not really having interaction, which I think they should. I would love to see the Young Bucks interact with NWA, which I think they can really help one another. NWA with ROH ROH, NWA, and AEW working together is really going to hurt the WWE and maybe motivate them to stop acting stupid. But that's just me. You guys tell me below. The closing of the show, and that is Strictly Business versus Villain Enterprises. I still say Incorporated sounds much better, but I understand that other people use it. They just don't want to bite off anybody. Was that a good match? Yes, it was good. At one point, Isaac comes out, Kamille comes out, and Strictly Business wins, which sets up for the Crockett Cup and Marty Scurll possibly losing and probably paying for everybody in. If the stip is still the same, he has to pay for everyone in the arena. He puts up his own money because all this is going to put up his title. But Squirrel has to pay everyone in the damn arena. I know that's probably not going to happen now, but you never know. And finally, the final thing that I loved, that was the most important thing here, Kamille's thoughts. Everybody's been wanting to know what's going on with Kamille. And this was the beginning for her. Of course, she had her match, and it was against Maddie, I think it was Maddie Max. She destroys Maddie Max. As you see her grabbing her hair in my face. She destroyed her. She didn't even break a sweat. But what made this entire show mean something special was now from the platinum blonde, as you see in my face, to a redheaded Kamille, which is now here. We get her backstory about her being different from everybody else. That teachers loved her, but parents hated her. Other girls hated her during softball. Going to football, girls hated her. Going to wrestling, girls don't like her. And she doesn't give a damn if they don't like her. She's fine with it. And the thing that I loved the most was that they didn't have her immediately talk. They showed images of her. They showed videos of her. She's not talking. She's doing voiceover, which really gave it a lot of strength. It shows that she has a strong voice that doesn't need any type of glitz, no glamour. She just shows what she is, and this is what you're going to be dealing with. And when it's all over, at the end of that video, at the end of that vignette for her, she does finally speak. You see the words come from her mouth, and she pretty much says, I'm here to destroy you all, bitches. She doesn't say bitches, but this is what it felt like. And it was a great segment. The best thing that happened for Superpower. For me personally, this was a very good show. Due to the fact that the pandemic has literally stopped everything. Seeing again crowds of people, even if it's pre-recorded, is a beautiful thing. Because it really does make you feel better if you guys have not seen this, I'm sure you have, watch it. Seeing crowds of people together will make you feel a lot better. It will. Seeing wrestling, feeling the adrenaline from the wrestlers, just the way they interact with the people in the arena will make you feel a lot better. Seeing what's going on with Marty Squirrel and what happened with that match. Seeing what happened with Ace Idol being the one that will be the motivation coach that will smack you in your face. That's what I want. That's what has to happen. But Kamille was the spotlight of this entire show. Not taking anything else away that I've spoken about. But this was about Kamille. Kamille's thoughts was the most important thing. At least to me personally. But this is just my point of view. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.